Working on a Speedqueen commercial dryer today. Squeaking a lot. So first thing you want to do is just remove these two screws on the bottom here. To take off that lower panel. And it's the roller bearing. Yep, definitely the rollers. But you might want to check your tensioner roller too, just in case. But I've done a bunch of these, so I know it's the roller. Take out these two screws right here. Take out the face. That should just pop open from the bottom there. It kind of hangs on from these hooks. Take a picture of these terminals so you know exactly how they go back in. Unplug them and put that to the side. There'll be 4 screws here holding this part. First thing you want to do is take off the belt though. Alright, once you do that, take off this part. Swing it to the side, just leaning on the wall. And this is how it hangs on, just from those tabs right there. Goes into those holes. Next thing you want to do is remove those 2 screws, take off the top part. You just need to move it enough so that we can pull out the drum. So you just got to lift it up a little bit and move the drum out just like that. And this is how you move the belt. You move that tensioner to the right to loosen the tension and remove the belt. You can see this is the bad one right here. It makes a squishy noise when you spin it. And this is the good one. That's how it should be, smooth and quiet. And that's the bad one, but we're going to replace both of them anyways. Do a visual check on the belt. Make sure it's good. Belt's good. You're going to need a flathead, nice pair of snap ring pliers, and this is the parts right here. New roller bearings. Comes with a roller axle too. First thing you want to do is remove that snap ring in the front. There's going to be a washer. This is the flat washer. And then behind there's going to be a flimsy washer too. Then remove these 2 screws right here. And make sure you remember the orientation of this axle. You see right there on the ledge, and that's how you can tell the orientation of it. And this is the bad one. You can see right there the axle is all grooved and uneven. You need to take that one out. Gotta use the big boys for this one. Grab a flathead and a socket and wrench. And then once you get out, you can do another check on it. Look at that, that's so bad. This is the new one, nice and smooth. That's how it should be. Once you put that in, just screw it back on. Remember the orientation of it. Screw it back on and hand tighten it as tight as you can. First thing is the flimsy washer. And then on the bearing, there's gonna be a front and a back part. The front part will say it right there. So it'll say front right on the bearing. So don't mix that up. Slide that on. Flat washer. And then the snap ring. Make sure you push it in place. Make sure it's not moving anywhere. Right there, snap ring. Make sure it's pushed all the way in and spin it. It should be nice and smooth and quiet. This is comparison from the old one to the new one. The new one, and this is the old one. You can see how bad it recessed right there. That is bad. It's supposed to be like that. Then reverse the procedure. Put the drum back in. Once you got the drum back in, you want to get the top part on and secure it with those 2 screws. Alright, make sure it's nice and lined up and then put the screws in. That should go in nice and easy. If it doesn't, that means you're cross-threading it. Might want to redo that. Make sure the drum is in the right place. Position it. And then put the belt back on. And then remember those tabs. You just put those into the hole first and it'll hold it in place so you can put the screws in. Next thing you want to check is the drum glides. Drum should be sitting on top of the glides. If you see the glides and you install it wrong, you gotta redo it. Those are the drum glides right there. You should not be able to see the drum glides. The drum should be sitting right on top of it. You should be able to hand turn the drum a few times, really easy. There should be some resistance, but not a lot. If you have a lot of resistance, then you install it wrong and you gotta redo it again. Once you hand turn the drum a few times to make sure the belt is lined up, put those 4 screws back in. And hand turn it like that. Just make sure the belt lines up and it rotates smoothly. And then you want to put the faceplate back on. That just hooks on top and then drops on the bottom. You can put those 2 screws back in. Turn it on. and make sure it's nice and smooth like this first before you put everything back on. And you always want to check to make sure that it's operating normally. Nice and smooth now. And that's it. Job done.